I want to be a kinder, gentler person. I want to be a stronger person. The beginning of Vinland Saga shows us the story of a young boy who gets corrupted by war. When Thorfinn's father got killed in front of him, we saw Thorfinn get truly broken. A once playful child had been turned into someone who was frightful and consumed by his rage. As season 1 progresses, we see him grow up physically but carry that same rage inside of him that whole time. As season 2 begins, we get to see a new Thorfinn. A Thorfinn who is not consumed by rage but is also just an empty shell. Someone who doesn't even care about anything, not even themselves. Even though Thorfinn is just an empty shell now, we can see that he's still traumatized by his past. During his time as a slave on the farm, a lot of his experiences and people he meets help give him a new perspective on who he could be. He learns that even though he must carry the burden of his past with him, he can build himself up again as a better person, someone who's truly kind, truly strong. Every man should aspire to be like Thorfinn. Nowadays, we often hear the same story of men who are haunted by their own demons in their past. A story that usually goes something along the lines of being kept up at 3 in the morning because of some memory or memories that they wish they could change or never experience in the first place. Similarly, many men express the same fantasy of going back in time and fixing their lives and preventing their mistakes. In reality, the odds are that you experience these thoughts or fantasies as well. Something that we can all learn from Thorfinn is how he deals with his past. Even though Thorfinn struggled to cope with the trauma from his past, he goes on to accept that he must deal with the burden of his actions and move forward. He learns that the best way to atone for his mistakes is to become a kind person and build a brighter future. What we men can take away from this is that if we dwell on the past, we cannot move forward. Instead of fantasizing about how we could change our past, we should plan to change our future. If you spent your whole life being negative and hateful, it's time to start being positive and kind. If you spent your whole life being lazy, it's time to start working towards your dreams. Another lesson that Thorfinn teaches us is to be truly kind. He shows us that kindness and strength go hand in hand. Thorfinn shows us that violence for the sake of violence will only hurt you and everyone around you. When you plant the seeds of violence, that is all you can feed your children. True kindness is the ability to forgive anyone who has wronged you and to make the life of everyone close to you easier by showing them love. If right now you're living a life with a heart full of hate and constant disdain for others, you're doing yourself a disservice. It's time to save your life by being truly kind and forgiving your enemies.